Okay, let's say you're a mid-level player. What bosses should you kill? What are the most profitable ones? Everyone is always talking about the most high-level PvM content, the hardest content in the game. Yeah, do Theater of Blood, do TOA, do Next. But what if you're a mid-level player? So I am making a video about the best top 10 mid-level monsters to kill for GP. Number 10 on the list, I will admit, I am a little biased because I personally love this boss more than most people, but I'm actually killing it right now. Number 10 on the list is going to be killing Sarnus. Not only are you making about 500k GP per hour, it's actually one of the best places in the entire game to get hard and elite clues, making it far superior than a lot of a little bit better bosses that make a little bit more GP per hour, especially if you like doing your clue scrolls. Just grab some Blood Moon gear and Arania boots and get to killing Sarnus. Number 9, I feel as though a million people know about, a million people have talked about, so I'm just going to tell you in one word. Vorkath. It's almost 5 million GP per hour. To this day, the money dragon lives on, his name lives on, and for a reason. I mean 5 million GP per hour. If you get yourself a blue dragon task, make sure you go and kill Vorkath, because that's some good money. Moving right along down the list is actually going to be Vedion. Wow, I can't believe I just took damage there. And this boss is going to be 5.3 million GP per hour, yielding such amazing profit. However, it is in multi-combat, so be prepared to die here. If you do want to, if you want to risk it, it's good money, but you are risking death, so make sure you don't bring anything you're not willing to lose. If you're looking for a much safer monster to kill also in the wilderness, head over to Spindle. It's not in multi-combat, and all you really need is some Arania boots as well as the Ursine Chain Mace, and you're looking at around the same amount of GP per hour as Vedion, about 5.3 million GP per hour. It's a lot more chill here, and it's a lot easier to escape as you're not in level 30 wilderness, so you can just immediately hit the Royal Seed Pod if someone comes in. I actually do not have the gear to kill the next monster on the list right now, but that's not going to stop me from telling you that for 5.4 million GP per hour, you can kill Commander Ziliana, and it's chill, it's not in the wilderness. You don't really have to worry about, PKers and dying or whatnot, so that's definitely an added bonus, as well as the fact that the Armadillo crossbow is going for insane amounts of money right now, which is honestly why killing Commander Ziliana in God Wars Dungeon is going to be so profitable. On top of the fact that you really don't need good gear to know how to kill it, if you have Bofa, I don't know if you have Bofa or not, but if you do have Bofa, it's incredibly easy. You just, run around in a circle like a crazy person, and that's about it. The next mid-level boss on the list is actually going to be this bad boy, Aaur. If you're very lucky, you can get the jar, which is actually the only and first jar that's untradeable, making it very cool to put in your house as, like, I guess you'd call it like a little mini flex. You do need 92 Slayer in order to be able to receive an Aaur task, but you're going to be getting about 5.7 million GP per hour because everyone and their mom wants that beautiful green best in slot melee amulet. The next monster, I wasn't really even sure if I was going to include it on the list, and that is because, first of all, it is a mid-level monster. It's Phantom Muspa. You can get about 6 million GP per hour. However, there is kind of a condition. The best way to kill this boss to maximize profit is going to be with the Twisted Bow, which of course, is not a mid-level weapon. So it might be a mid-level boss that you can kill for 6 million GP per hour, but unless you have the Twisted Bow, you're probably looking at about like 3 to 4 million GP per hour. However, one of my favorite bosses in the entire game. So I do highly recommend you try it out. Moving right along, if you have completed the quest while Gothic Sleep, it is by far one of the longest, most boring, terrible quests in the game, in my humble opinion. I mean, there's parts that aren't bad. I actually really did enjoy the boss fights, but I did not enjoy that long puzzle room, especially considering I did that on release, and it probably took me like way longer than it should have. But you can kill tormented demons for 6.3 million GP per hour, which honestly, they are very easy to kill. So grab yourself what this guy has right here. Yeah, the Emberlight. Mr. Greg. Thank you, Greg. Perfect timing, homie. Grab yourself an Emberlight and make about 6.3 million GP per hour. Numero dos on the list is actually going to be Kriara. Yep, That bird is 6.5 million GP per hour right now. However, the one thing I will say about it is, personally, I found it kind of difficult to solo. Therefore, if you have someone that you can go with, don't get me wrong, you're going to be making a little bit less GP per hour, but honestly, it's a lot more fun with a friend. Anyway, unless you really want to get into the perfect tick chinning method, which, don't get me wrong, I mean, I've heard from a lot of people that they haven't found it difficult. For some reason, I don't know, maybe there's something wrong with me, but I actually found that it was very difficult to solo, so I always would kill Kriar in a duo, or honestly a trio if I was feeling like super AFK. But yeah, I do highly recommend you check out that boss as well. I mean, it's mid-level, it's not hard to kill. 6.5 million GP per hour is actually insane if you really think about it. Before we get into number one on the list, this is a reminder to subscribe to the channel if you're cool. Alright, and the number one most profitable mid-level boss of 2025 in Old School RuneScape. Can you guess what it is? I'm giving you a hint. I'm in the wilderness. Yep, it is Venenatis. That spider is yielding insane amounts of GP right now at over 7 million GP per hour, which, I mean, for a mid-level boss, 7 million GP an hour is just absolutely absurd. Don't get me wrong, you gotta risk it, because it's in the wilderness, and if you're caught in multi there, you're dead. And one piece of advice that I will give about it is the fact that honestly, I've found that if you go at peak times, you're just running into peak airs all the time. But if you go at weird hours, I've found that honestly, there's not a lot of peak airs. I feel as though that's the best tip I can give. Just go at a weird time if you're trying to kill Venenatis, but it's honestly a pretty fun boss to kill, especially with the new Arania boots, as it's honestly just AFK, and AFK 7 mil an hour is kind of amazing. Anyway though, I hope you found this video to be, helpful, entertaining, whatever, and hit that subscribe button, like the video, do whatever you're gonna do, have a good day.